and welcome to your practice. Today's class is a ladder flow, and what that means simply is that we will start with a very basic sequence and just add on one by one. So this practice is quite breath centric, so we will try to first of all, work through the sequence quite slowly, but eventually we'll work with movement and breath, and we can get out of our mind and into our body. This practice is also quite light on the wrists, so lower body focused and looking into a little bit of hip mobility as well. So with that said, let's begin. I hope you enjoy your practice. Let's start in a kneeling position, and I'll face you, and interlace your hands behind your back and take your hands over to your left hip. Press your left elbow in towards the midline and stretch the right side of the neck by lowering the left ear down to the left shoulder. Keeping everything gentle here. Noticing where you feel a stretch. And then when you are ready, just move your gaze up towards the sky and then down towards the floor. And if at any point you feel any pinching in the closing angle, that'll be on the left side, back out. Okay, increase the range of that angle. And again, just moving the gaze around, reaching into some space, some area where you can feel the stretch, something that feels meaningful in this moment. Okay, and release. Stretch your fingers down towards the floor and lift the chest up towards the sky. And as you exhale, hands over to the right side. Press your right elbow in, ear down to your right shoulder. So this side for me is very different to the first side. But don't try to diagnose anything that might be going on or attach story to it. Just see it for what it is and take note. And don't push past any area that feels a little sensitive. Okay, and then moving your gaze up towards the ceiling and then down. Okay, just warming up the tissues slowly and gently. And steady the breathing in and out through the nose. Okay, and release. Okay, shaking out the hands. Just a small circle in one direction and then the other direction of the neck. Good. Okay, hands and knees on the floor, tabletop. So first find your foundation, hands on the floor underneath your shoulders, fingers spread nice and wide, and untuck your toes, okay? Inhale, lower the belly down to the floor, hips to the sky, chest forward, gaze to the sky, cow pose, and as you exhale, tuck the tailbone round the upper body, cat pose. Inhale, gaze to the sky, hips lift. And as you exhale, round in cat pose. And a little different with the cat in the next round, but first inhale cow. And as you exhale, press the tops of your feet onto the floor and straighten out your legs and gaze between your legs in this domed plank pose, pressing your hands firmly into the floor. Inhale, lower the knees down. Lift the gaze, lift the tail. One more, just like that. Exhale, press in, dome the back.
creating so much space between your chest and the floor. And then as you exhale, lower the knees to the floor and gaze up towards the sky. Now, this time, dome the upper back, lift the knees and roll over your toes, finding your way into your first downward facing dog. And let this dog be a moving dog. So spinning your knees to one side, lifting your hips, moving a little more organically than you would usually do, and reaching into any tight areas in your body. Maybe lifting one hand off the floor and the other, just pawing the floor. And go as slowly or as fluidly as you feel you want to. Okay, and then downward facing dogs. Heels high, knees bent, hips high to the sky. Let's roll forward into plank pose. Knees hover to the floor. Lift your hips, press them back. Downward facing dog. Rolling through plank to down dog. Let's take that with the breath. Inhale. Exhale up and back. In and out through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. And as you exhale and lift the hips up to the sky, begin to walk your hands back towards your toes. Hold on to the elbows, bend the knees softly and sway from side to side. Good. Let your head be heavy. Feel that decompression in your neck and your upper back. Noticing here what you can let go of. And then let go of the elbows. Hands to the floor, bend the knees and slowly roll all the way up to a Tadasana. Okay, good. Now, elbows out to the side. Fingertips facing forward. And just twist from side to side, working through the upper back here. And if you feel a little dizzy, keep your gaze on a non-moving point in front of you. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll feel or hear a couple of little cracks in the spine. The good kind. Okay, now release the elbows. Let the arms be soft, free from tension. Let the shoulders relax, the abdomen relax. Good, and release. Stand in stillness, arms by your side, feet nice and wide, and close your eyes. Just checking in with sensations moving through the body. Nice. Okay, so again, feet nice and wide, hands all the way up to the sky. Interlace your hands, but keep your index fingers released, and step your left foot behind your right and stretch your arms, your hands into the center. Okay, so you're feeling the lateral stretch down the right side of the body. Breathing in and breathing out. And gazing up to the sky if it's okay for the neck. Okay, back to center. Step your left foot wide, your right foot behind the left, hands into the middle. Big breath in and exhale. Inhale, back to center and release the hands. Find stillness, close your eyes. Okay, and
come down into your malasana. If you have blocks, grab them. They could be helpful, but if you don't have them, they're not necessary. I have a couple here just to show you how you might want to use them. So they are just marking points for my knees. I come high up onto my tiptoes. Hands can be the chest in the center or somewhere out to the side to keep your balance. And all I want you to try and do is tap one block with one knee and then the other block with the other knee. And then just moving from side to side. And you may not even need the blocks. So without the blocks, you would simply just reach your knee towards the floor. And noticing here how the other parts of your body want to compensate to keep your balance. And let the movement be nice and fluid. Okay, now let's take the knee to the center, left or right. So in the internal rotation in the thigh bone here. And of course you can always have your fingers on the floor. Lean back slightly. And then a combination of both of those movements in any pattern that you wish. Warming up the hip joint, strengthening it in the process. Good. Okay, forward fold. Feet wide. You can hold onto the elbows again, or fingertips on the floor, and just sway from side to side. Okay, bend the knees, roll yourself up to a stand. Okay, find yourself at the top of your mat. So, beginning with more hip warm-ups. In fact, I'll stand here again. Okay, you can stay where you are. And pressing down into your left foot, lift your right knee into the chest. And just start making some small circles with the right knee. Okay, checking in with your balance. And letting yourself come out and come in. And shifting the direction of these circles. Okay, noticing my arms want to come into the equation, let them. Okay, now making shapes, wiggly patterns with the knees, maybe writing your name or the alphabet, but we won't be here for that long. Okay, and challenging yourself into a position that almost sends you completely out of balance, so you can catch that balance. Building stability in that standing leg, the ankle, the knee. Good, and release. Shake it out. Okay, come into stillness and just feeling the difference between both sides. Nice big breath in and an exhale, just letting go of anything that occurred during that movement. And let's take it over to the second side. Remember, spread the toes in the standing leg, pick up the left knee, find your balance point first, and then let it go. So starting with small circles in one direction and then the other direction, as we begin to feel more familiar and comfortable in this balance, start making shapes. And if you need to hold on to something or use the wall for support, do so. So we can take all of our attention into the left hip joint. Okay, like I said, let yourself almost fall out. Good, and release. Okay, stand in stillness, arms by your sides, close your eyes. Okay, so first of all, we'll work through our not our shavasana, our vinyasa, and this will be hands-free variation for today. So to begin, take the right shin down to the floor. So you're in this kind of kneeling position and your right shin is on a slight diagonal. Now, send the hips back, chest forward to keep the balance here and the strength in the hips. If you need to use your fingers to sit yourself down. And then when you sit down, release that right leg out and then lower down to a low boat position, okay? And then pull yourself up, knees to the chest. So the right shin comes back down, press yourself up, your hips up, use the hands if you need to. Drive into the left foot to pick up the knee to the chest. Okay, and let's do that on the second side. Left shin down to the floor, hips back, chest forward, hips back, chest forward, hips back, chest forward. You're down on the floor into your low boat pose. As you exhale, pull the abdomen close in towards the spine. And then rising up, left shin down, drive into the right foot this time, pressing up, using those quad muscles. Left knee into the chest and release. Let's go from side to side. Right shin down, left knee wings out to the side, and then into your low boat. Press yourself up, knee to chest. And we go to the second side. Left knee in, all the way down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, right side. Just letting yourself move in and out, up and down, side to side. Writing this movement pattern into your body. Noticing which side feels more able than the other. Don't judge it. Just move through it and work with the pattern. And it doesn't have to look pretty either. Just moving up and down, building the heat here. Okay, and release. Last side. Okay, and find your Tadasana, arms by the side. Nice breath in and exhale. Okay, let's start the flow. So first, inhale, knee in towards the chest. Exhale, cross the right ankle over the left knee. Sit your hips back, moving yourself into a standing pigeon. At any depth that is good for you. Okay, hands can be on the chest, on your foot and on your thigh, or by your ears. For me today, hands in front of the heart seems like a good option. Remember to keep your right foot nice and flexed and your toes engaged. Just notice by engaging your foot in this way, how that assists with the overall balance. We're engaging the whole body, relaxing the face, of course. And then hips back, chest forward. Hips back, chest forward. Can you feel the stretch in the right side of the leg, the right leg? Good. Inhale, knee to chest. Let's do that vinyasa. Okay. Right shin to the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Rise up. Knee to the chest. And we come back into our standing pigeon again. And then rise up and lower down. Okay, that could change. See how I feel. Okay, inhale, left knee to the chest. Okay, standing pigeon. Checking in. Whatever you did with the hands on the other side, do the same on this side. And before you move deeper into the balance and deeper into the stretch in the left hip, find your balance first. Spreading the right toes nice and wide. Nice breath in. And exhale. Inhale, left knee up to the chest. Let's come down into our vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale. Press up. Left knee into the chest. Back into our standing pigeon. Just for a beat. Inhale. Leg down, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to your chest. Nice, let's add on here. Inhale, right knee into the chest, straight into standing pigeon pose. Pause for a breath. Inhale, knee to the chest. Step the right foot back, nice and long, and then lower the right knee down to the floor, finding your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge. Inhale and exhale. Okay, press your hips down towards the left ankle, letting it all be nice and passive here. And then do the opposite. Pull out of the lunge, engage the hips by pulling the left foot and the right knee towards one another, whilst at the same time stretching the hands all the way to the sky. Okay, back into the passive Anjaneyasana, and then back into the active. Passive to active. Inhale, exhale, and again inhale, and exhale. Okay, let's press into the left foot. Reach your chest forward to right knee in towards the chest and back into our standing pigeon pose. Inhale, right knee to the chest. Let's come through our vinyasa. Right shin to the floor. All the way down, low boat. Up you come, press the right shin in. Right knee to the chest and back in again. Standing pigeon, inhale, right knee up and release. Inhale, left knee in. Second side, standing pigeon. Pausing just for a breath. And then inhale, left knee to chest. As you exhale, slow transition towards your lunge position. So very, very briefly in our high lunge, to slowly lower the left knee down to the floor. Okay, arms by the ears, Anjaneyasana. Press the right hip towards the right heel. Pull the knee and the foot together, active Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, soften and sink in. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and this time press into the front foot, lift the back knee, slowly rise, left knee to the chest, standing pigeon. Inhale, rise, vinyasa, left shin to the floor, low boat pose. Inhale, rise, lift up, standing pigeon. Good, inhale, lift up and release, adding on here. Inhale, right knee into the chest, arms to the sky, standing pigeon. Inhale, lift knee up. Exhale, step back, low lunge. Inhale, arms to the sky. As you exhale, step the right knee back slightly to give more space between the knee and the front foot, and then straighten out the left leg into our Ardha Hanuman. Press the toes up towards the shin. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold, hinging from the hips. Chest forward, hips back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, drive through the front foot, press your chest forward, keep your balance, right knee in towards the chest, back into our standing pigeon. Inhale, knee to the chest. Exhale, vinyasa, lower the right shin down. Really building the heat now, you'll be feeling it, I am too. Inhale, right knee to the chest, and let's leave out that standing pigeon this time. Inhale. Exhale, let's take it to the second side. Big breath in, knee to the chest. Exhale, standing pigeon, left side. Inhale, left knee in. Exhale, low lunge, slow transition. Keep everything contained. Big breath in. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. And again, inhale. And exhale. Readjusting as much as you need to find the flow. Last one, big breath in. And exhale, fold, hinging from the hips. Hips back, chest forward. Press into the right foot. Lift up the left knee. Rise up. Left knee to the chest. Exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, lift the knee up. Vinyasa, left shin down to the floor. All the way into low boat. Rising up. Drive through right side to lift the left knee and release. Okay, adding on 2 postures this time. Inhale, right knee to the chest. Exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. This time, lift your right knee, high lunge. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Finding your stillness. Your hands can come in front of the heart or leave them up by the ears. Okay, now straightening out the left leg, we come into a modified pyramid pose. Again, that same action of left hip back, chest forward, hips back, chest forward. You can be on the toes of the back foot, but keep that back leg nice and engaged. That front knee doesn't have to be completely straight, just straight-ish towards a straightening position. And the arms by the hips, chest forward, and the arms engaged can help build that stability through the whole body. Okay, inhale, high lunge again, all the way down to your Anjaneyasana. Ardha Hanumanasana again. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, pressing in through the front left foot. And rise up, knee to chest. Straight away. Oh, standing pigeon. Let yourself wobble and come back in again. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, shin down, low boat. Rise up. Stand up. Second side. Inhale, left knee in. Cross it over, standing pigeon. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Breathing in. Ardha Hanumanasana, straighten out the right leg and fold forward. High lunge, crescent lunge. Breathing in. Pausing here, staying for 2 breaths. Feels nice to pause after all of that movement, even if it is quite a strong posture in comparison. Okay, and straightening out that right leg, high up onto the tiptoes, nice engaged back leg. Chest forward, right hip presses back, hinging from the hips. Arms by the sides, nice and engaged. Good, inhale, high lunge, crescent lunge. Exhale down to Anjaneyasana, straight into Ardha Hanumanasana. Anjaneyasana again, pressing into the right foot, stepping up, left knee to chest, and standing pigeon. Good. Inhale, rise up, left shin down, low boat. Inhale, rise. Stand up, left knee in, and release. Arms by the sides. And breathe, feel into the body. Noticing the sensations. Noticing the heart beating behind the chest. Feeling the circulation, moving your blood around the body. Coming back to your breathing before we go through that whole sequence, breath by breath. Good. You ready? Let's begin. Okay, let's pick up the right foot, knee first. Inhale. Exhale, shin down to the floor. We'll just go through a vinyasa to wake ourselves up again. Clearly I need to wake my brain up again. Inhale, and you benefit from that. Inhale, left knee into the chest. Exhale. Inhale. There's nothing wrong with a bit of core engagement before we get back into work again. Exhale. Okay, now this time inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Straight away, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, modified pyramid pose. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Pressing into the front foot, lift the right knee up. Standing pigeon. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, down we go. Vinyasa. Inhale, right knee to chest. And exhale, lower down. Last side. Inhale. Exhale, standing pigeon. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Now we go into our exhale and Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, modified pyramid pose. Inhale, crescent. All the way to Anjaneyasana. And exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Pressing in, front foot transition up, nice and steady. Standing pigeon. Inhale, rise. Vinyasa. Down we go. Great job, everyone. You're doing amazing. And exhale, hands to chest. Arms by your side. Close your eyes. Big breath in and a sigh through the mouth. Ha. And again, inhale. And exhale. Working our way down to the floor, just like we have been practicing. Right or left side, you choose. And down to sit. Okay, from here, lengthen out your left leg. Pull your right knee in towards the chest. You can always stay here in this variation with your right foot to the inner left thigh with about a hand's distance or a fist distance between the thigh and the foot. Or you can step the right foot over the left thigh, okay? Interlace the hands, press them against the shin bone and lift the chest up. Okay. And breathing here, lengthening, pressing your hip bones down and towards the floor. And checking in with the front left foot, toes pointing back towards the shin to keep that leg nice and engaged. Now let's take the twist. So elbow or forearm comes in line with the left thigh and right arm behind your back. Inhale, you lengthen through the spine by pressing down into the hips and lifting up through the roof of the mouth. And maybe, if it feels okay, and you have the space, gaze past the right shoulder, but please don't push through the neck. The movement comes from the upper back. Good. And release. Fingertips pointing forward behind you. Place your right foot down, your left foot down, and keep your hands slightly wider than your hips. Both feet down to the floor, and then lift your hips up towards the sky. Breathing in, and as you exhale, take those hips through the forearms. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, pressing through. And if you prefer, you can stay in your tabletop, engaging the glutes and enjoying this position or flowing movement with breath. Okay, and release. Other side, right leg long this time, right foot to either the inner right thigh or over. Interlace the hands around the shin, lift the chest up. Lengthen through the spine, pressing through the sit bones, engaging that front foot, setting up your foundation, and then preparing for your twist. Left hand behind your pelvis, inhale, and exhale. A little pull on the right thigh, the left thigh. Lower belly in towards the rib cage. And then rotating from the upper back, and if it feels okay, your gaze can go behind you. Don't forget that right foot activation. And breathe. Inhale lifts your spine. And the exhale moves you a little bit more into the twist. Good. All the way back to the center. Set up the hands. Plant both feet. Lift the hips up. Exhale, press them back. Inhale, lift them up. And if you feel you want to play, see what it feels like to lift one foot and then the other foot. And then maybe you have both feet. Inhale, lift, and release. Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet touching. Interlace your hands around your feet. And with this Baddha Konasana, I'd like you to let your chest move forward. Let your gaze drop down towards your feet. The crown of the head maybe towards the toes. And a slight rounding in the upper back. And letting everything go. You can even have your arms out in front. Let your elbows relax to the floor, your forearms, your hands. Acknowledging all of the hard work that you have done. And reminding yourself that coming into these restorative positions are absolutely necessary and rewarding. And it is within these restorative positions where change occurs and where growth happens. And taking this off of the mat and reminding yourself that rest is essential. Okay, now roll your way all the way back up to a seat and start to work your way all the way down towards the floor into your final resting position, your Shavasana. And take a big breath in and exhale with a sigh. And it's when we pick up the pace in our flows, in our movements, adding just the right level of engagement, of stress, that the Shavasana feels so much better, more rewarding, and you're better able to stay, to release, to be held by the earth. Allow yourself to let go. The permission to be still. All the hard work is done. Nothing left to do, and nowhere to go. Soften through your face, your forehead, your jaw. Your whole body released. Now when you're ready, and only if you feel called to do so, pull your knees in towards your chest and roll over to a side. And then slowly up to your seat. Allow your hands to rest anywhere on your legs. Or take your hands together, your heart center, and offer yourself gratitude for your practice, for showing up on your mat today. And I thank you for practicing with me and for sharing your energy with me. Always a pleasure, always an honor, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat again soon.